All right, man. Let's talk about Terence Crawford defeating David Avanesyan. Avanesyan brought the pressure. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez and Sandor Martin. Kind of watching both at the same time. Looked like Sandor Martin was doing some good things. Like he dropped him twice, only got credit for one. And usually when you hear split decisions or cards like that being read, you pretty much know what direction. You pretty much know what direction is going to. Hold on real quick. When they read off 97-92, you know it's going to Teofimo Lopez, and that's one thing about when if you're not able to punch, it's hard to go in somebody's backyard. Tio from New York, it's hard to go into my backyard, hard to go today. You know, uh, network and get a dub. And Sandor Martin found that out. And Martin scored scored two knockdowns and didn't get credit for both. So at the end of the day, I thought New York, or maybe I'm thinking about something else, they had instant replay. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they didn't have instant replay. So that's what I thought it was. I thought they had replay, quite frankly. So I guess they did. Maybe I'm thinking about somewhere else. But it looked like, it was two knockdowns. Obviously, that would have swung it. Would have been made in 95, 91 or something like that. 90. Still would have lost. So, I mean, the other card was part two, so maybe it would have made it a draw or something like that. But you know what happened when you're going over to somebody else side of the network. And this is why it's important that you with the right power broker in boxing, you with the right people behind you in boxing. And T.O., you can start off. What y'all want to start off with? Let me know what y'all want to start off. Talk about T.O. or Terence Crawford. Let me know. Chabelle line lock, the top rank is crazy. It was a good card though. You know what I'm saying? I watched that one. Big Baby Anderson coming out with the blue Santa Claus outfit on with the Grinch. That was fire. Shout out to Shakir for being in Omaha tonight. Reg and Barney was with Keyshawn in New York tonight for the T.O. card. He looked good. Real patient. Somebody pointed out, he can feather fist it. That guy never got stopped. And then, somebody said, well, he only got one gear. One thing I love about him, you can tell he picked it up from Terence Crawford, and I'll talk about these tomorrow, is that he utilizing his jab. That's one thing you love about what Keyshawn Davis is doing. He's utilizing his jab. You know what I'm saying? You never see him get off the jab too much. And him, you can start to see Terence Crawford imprint on him. And, Big Baby Anderson is just something different. 913 boxer, what it do? T.O. is washed. He ain't ish. I think that's what he meant. Fotex, Javier Logan, 97-92. Man, boxing is a joke. T.O. looks chinny. He looked a little bit leaned out tonight, too. So he looked a little bit more explosive than he did in his debut. In his debut, he was a lot more bulky. Tonight, he looked a little bit leaner. But we'll get to it. It's Robbery Palooza every Saturday. PBC pay-per-view Palooza, allowed to say. That boy Bud, whole problem. That KO was vicious and how he set it up was beautiful. This is why boxing. It's why I don't sports bet boxing. What a joke. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? Sports bet, man. That's why they wicked at setting their lines, bro. I missed like $500 because Travis Etienne scored a touchdown last week. So that's why I say I don't really bet above $20 on the Sunday. And I don't bet during the week neither because I don't really have time to bet basketball, do the research. So I bet on football, American football, and that's it. And, I might place $3 $5 bets. That's as far as I'm going. Unless I get house money. I like T.O., but the rounds I seen, he lost. That was Eastside Elite. Lion said Terence Crawford. Okay, I want to start off with T.O. being an overhyped B. That's why I want to start Javier Logan, T.O., McEffin, Offin, El Chapo. Shout out to El Chapo, Derek Walsh, Regis will stop T.O. Jocelyn Salute. I don't know if Teofimo can deal with them boys at 40. They're not big names, but 40 is deep and dangerous. Yeah, they tough and rugged, bro. He said, I heard what happened tonight. Name it better dynamic duo expense in a car crash. But the kid who stole the car is probably in trouble. Probably his parents is in trouble. And hopefully they had insurance. But usually when you live down south, insurance is a lot cheaper than it is up here. Trust me. You know. Well, I don't know about that because Charlotte's still a no fault state. I'm North Carolina still a no fault state. So I don't know. Anthony Ware, salute. He said, I bet T.O. for the KO. He let me down. I could have told you don't do that. Mikey Garcia, a whole goon when it come to punching, dude. He a way bigger puncher than Teofimo Lopez. I told you, I could talk to me. That wasn't going to happen. As part of my parlay, Bud, Big Baby did their job for me. T.O. after my car. I told you he wasn't going to stop him, but I'll talk about why it didn't happen. Keyshawn be a problem at 35. Big Baby next up once Fury and Usyk retire. Eastside League. So we start off with Bud and then we get into T.O. I mean, T.O. seemed like a hot topic, though. I mean, we can talk about Bud and, obviously, one thing I noticed today, got the Army-Navy game on. Somebody running. I don't know who it is. Oh, that's Navy. Oh, no, 34 got down. I got my big screen. I'm going to redo it here for sure. Probably do some paint, put me a TV right there on the wall or something like that. There'll be a new setup coming at some point. But yeah, talk about Terence, man, tonight, man. One thing I noticed, dude, none of these dudes, from what I seen tonight, Big Baby, Jerry Forrest, T.O., Sandor, Martin, Avanesyan, and Bud, none of these dudes warmed up tonight. These dudes came out bone dry. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you don't see no more. You see Hagler and Tyson come out in lathers of sweat. They used to be, appreciate you, bro. I ain't even messing with my phone. Appreciate lathers in the Cash App. They used to come out in lathers of sweat, dude. Real talk. They used to come out in lathers of sweat. And they don't even do that no more. A lot of these dudes came out dry. And that's why probably some of these dudes, Jay Forrest got stopped quick, but he took some punishment. But they don't warm up like they used to no more. But Terence Crawford, our region, was right there in this mix. Crawford had, Crawford was just, I think he was taking his time with him, and our region did his homework with the overhand, lefts and rights. Terence Crawford sat there and he pushed Terence Crawford back, and I felt that Terence Crawford, I thought he could have stepped on the, I wouldn't say step on the gas. I thought he could step on the front foot a little bit more than what he did, but really he just went tit for tat with our region. Our region, hustled here and there. Crawford, really late in that fight, kind of the 4th, 5th, 6th roundish, he started really, utilizing the uppercut. You started seeing him doubling, tripling them up with both hands, and he found something. I mean, anytime you got somebody that's coming in and they throwing punches like this, I mean, obviously with his head down, the uppercut gonna be open. And, at the end of the day, the body shot slowed him down. He couldn't fight at the pace. I think Crawford knew that. He kind of got on his bike at one point. But it was never where he was on his toes and kind of doing an unnecessary movement. He moved when he needed to move. He was very patient in there tonight. Took what Avanesyan gave him. Like to see Avanesyan kind of double, triple some things up. But, kind of like Keyshawn Davis. You can see Keyshawn Davis looking just like Bud. They always stay on that stick. And one thing about Crawford, he stayed on it early on. In the first round, Avanesyan caught him while he was switching. So that's one of the bad things about switching. That's why Danny Jacobs got knocked down versus Golovkin. He got caught switching from, lefty to righty. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the bad things about it. And that don't happen too much with Bud, though. But, he got caught switching lefty to righty. But, it was just the bud. It was just the body shots. Our region was hot. Stop Josh Kelly. A lot of people was high on Josh Kelly. But the body shots, was the difference. Our region was headhunting for one shot, not doubling, not tripling up. He was getting a big one shot, but it wasn't big enough. And Bud was just, touch him. Hard body shot, touch him. And it was the pace. You know what I'm saying? I think it was about the third round, like third or fourth. Terence kind of turned it up towards the end of the round. And our region kind of touched him here, touched him there. But, as Terence started stepping it up, the touches stopped. And it was just Terrence stepping up, Terrence touching up, touch here, Terrence stepping up, Terrence stepping it up. And that knockout combination was beautiful. I mean, like in a few sequences before that, round before that, that dude threw like 4 uppercuts. He went you know what I'm saying? And I believe it was a left uppercut, right hook. I think that's what it was. And he hit him with the left uppercut. The left uppercut stood him up. The right hook came right behind him. And that's what makes him a great knockout puncher. It's not that he the biggest puncher in the division. It's not because Errol Spence don't punch as hard. He know how to set his shots up. You know what I'm saying? The uppercut. He wasn't trying. I mean, he wasn't trying to intentionally hide the uppercut. He wasn't. He wasn't trying to intentionally hide it. But then again, when you leaning over like this out region, you throwing like this, you can't see it. And then he was throwing it, and our region kept his head down. So once he stood our region up, I think it was a left uppercut. Him and Deontay Wilder got the same type of punching power. It's like a snap. It's like a snapback. It's like he's snapping, and it's just a natural snap. And it's the way they torque from the torso to the hip, and they flip that hip. It's just they the same kind of type of gifted puncher, and the left uppercut, and he snapped the right hook. I think it was, man. He snapped it. Just look at David Ivorian's jaw. He didn't see it. He felt the uppercut stood up, right hook, and a lot of that had to do with fatigue. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. That's the difference between, usually the biggest difference between a guy like Ivorian and the champions. A lot of times it's the conditioning. When you go to the lower level fights, it's the conditioning. That's what the skill level was pretty much. It's there for the kind of club fighters and stuff. It's just they don't have the pre-diems and shit behind them so they can train the way they train. A lot of times it's the conditioning. It's the biggest difference. And he showed that he can hang Jermaine with Terence Crawford for a minute, but when Crawford stepped it up, I don't think he could go there, bro. That was the difference. I don't think he really can really step his game up that much higher. Or his conditioning. It's about the motor. But our region people, I heard so many people saying, I was kind of thinking about this driver earlier. I heard so many people talking about how hear Blake Cobb and all these people. I heard other people saying, well, I never heard of our region. But a lot of these people that I hear that say they never heard of our region, they boxers, they guys inside the top 15 or ambitious to be inside the top 15. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking, I'm like, they claim to be hardcore fans. How are you hardcore fan? You watching Josh Warrington? You watching, what I'm saying? Who else you got out there? You watching Egner Berlanga? You watching the Puerto Rican kid that fought tonight? What was his name? The Puerto Rican boy, Xander Zayas. Shout out to Alexis Too Sexy Salazar who fought him tonight. Shout out to the sister that was the referee tonight. Did a great job. I never seen nobody gloves cut open like Terence Crawford did. I think he had on. I'm not gonna lie, I said it, Grant. I think Brandy had on. But they claim to be hardcore fans. Somebody they don't know who Ivorian was. The Ivorian fought Shane Mosley. I think he fought Lamont Peterson. He fought a host of people. You know what I'm saying? Ingus Kavalaskis. Josh Kelly, who they was very high. A lot of people was very high on him. So when people say, well, I'm a hardcore boxing fan, how you not know him? He fought Shane and Lamont Peterson. I mean, he fought Ingus Kavalaskis. He fought Josh Kelly. So when people say, well, I had never heard of him before, and you supposed to be a hardcore boxing fan, then it's kind of an indictment on yourself, because I heard of Josh Kelly. I mean, I heard of, obviously Josh Kelly, but I heard of David Ivorian. Seen him fight on multiple occasions. Remember, he beat Shane Mosley. You know what I'm saying? He was ordered to fight Keith Thurman, too. For whatever reason, that didn't happen. So how you claim to be, Blair Cobb, he wanted to talk. I mean, Ivorian's in the top 15. He not. Just point out. And you got a video coming about Boots saying, well, how did this guy get his name over me and all this type of stuff? And people asking rhetorical questions. It's so crazy to me. David Ivorian got his shot. He was there to be what he supposed to be. rough, rugged, took Crawford some rounds. It was supposed to be a tune-up. Crawford knocked some rust off, and that's what it's supposed to be. And he filled that hoe out. People talking about, well, where was the fight at? What you mean where the fuck the fight was at? It was at home. It's a lot of these dudes that who can't sell out at home. A lot of these dudes can't. His ticket started off at $46. Errol Spence ticket started off at $30-something. Let's keep it real. I understand the arena is a lot bigger and all that type of stuff, but they talking about his tickets was on Groupon. Fine. Errol Spence tickets, Jerry Jones was buying them and giving them away. They comped a bunch of tickets. Just being real. Just being real. So they want to start counting niggas' pockets and shit and counting what Terence Crawford doing. Crawford doing pretty fine over there. Crawford sell wherever he go. In our region, he got the fight. He did what he supposed to do. Why didn't Steven Espinoza put Jerron Ennis in position to do this? Or Cameron Duncan put himself in position? You strapped yourself down by being signed with Showtime. That's what happened. You contractually signed to fight on Showtime. Don't think you can fight on BOK Prime. I don't think Showtime gonna put that amount of money up for Terence Crawford and Jerron Bruce Ennis. Just being real. So anything this dude got to do is a problem. Then you got Errol Spence posting his street shark picture, knocking on Crawford door, somebody he coming and shit. Like I said before, thought he's supposed to show up tonight, and I'm glad he all right after the car accident and everything. After the kid stole the car and hit his car today. You know what I'm saying? But here his ass go trying to go against Al Heyman and all that, dude. Hey man, at the end of the day, we passed that. We passed the shark shirts. We passed the fake call outs. Man, the shit ain't gonna happen. Let's keep it moving. You want Al to give you a great offer? Guess what? You ain't got to prove shit to us. People gonna believe what they gonna want to believe. You gotta prove to Al Heyman that y'all can get that fight done. Al can do the fight. You gotta press Al Heyman for that. You ain't gotta convince us, dude. Whatever you do, people gonna believe whatever the fuck you do, whatever you say. You signed up to be with Al Heyman, not me. And you gotta live with the decisions that Al Heyman put out there, bruh. Stop gassing niggas up. Please let sleeping dogs lie. If he gonna fight, People saying, well, BAK said they got an offer for him to do this. What did Al Heyman tell Terence Crawford? He told this nigga that he not letting nobody touch the fight. Cool. Let's just leave this shit in 2022. Let's leave this in 2022. Please. And if they pop up at a press conference and they make the fight and they get in the ring, so be it. Wherever it's at, cool. We'll watch and do our thing. But at the end of the day, dude, stop gassing people up with shirts and Instagram posts when you know it ain't possible. Get your whole ass in the ring with Keith Thurman and leave us the hell alone. Please. Please. Terence Crawford did what he supposed to do. Left uppercut, turned the right hook in. It was the right hook that did it. The way he throw his shots, he can loop them, he can throw them straight. He took his time with the pressure. Avanesyan was rugged, kind of technical with his positioning. He cut the ring off on Crawford, made Crawford work a little bit. But one thing he didn't do? He never made Terence Crawford speed up with how he never controlled Crawford's pace or his output. And when you a pressure fighter, that's imperative. It's a must. It's a must. That's how you beat the the pressure fighter beat the boxer. You got to break them down to the body. I've reason to go to the body, then double, triple shit up. You know what I'm saying? He had the pressure, but you got to make Terence Crawford, exert energy. And if you pressure Terence Crawford and he able to take his time and dissect what you're doing, and he able to pick his shots and he got time to think, man, that ain't the right game plan. You ain't doing something right. When you pressure, you make somebody think under pressure. you make them make, irrational decisions when because you picking it up. And that's one thing about a pressure fighter. They double, they triple, and they using their head. They going to the body. They making the boxer, they slowing the boxer down, but they heating up they self. And they making them, make mistakes. And when Crawford was able to have a clear mindset tonight, the Avanesyan didn't accomplish that as a pressure fighter. Then deflect enough damage, then slow him down, then beat him to the body, then use the hip, then use his head, but he had the position in the right way. And I was surprised Terence Crawford didn't try to bag him up early, but I think he was trying to get some rounds in. But the only thing he didn't do was, he didn't slow Terence Crawford down, or he didn't hurt Crawford double or triple up his shots. That was a problem. When you the pressure fighter, man, you gotta work for everything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta earn it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make them jokers work. But like I said before, he got some rounds. Because Crawford carry him a little bit? I'm not sure. But there, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It was a good, entertaining fight. That's what Crawford did to do. Hadn't fought in over a year, knocked some of the rust off, and that's what we got out of it. I know a lot of people on the other side of the street was hoping that Terence Crawford lost. There was some vulnerability there. He fell off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? He took his time. And he's notoriously a slow starter, and that's where you kind of gotta, get him. But he showed in the Amir Khan fight. If he want to start off fast. But a lot of times it's playing the odds. And if the odds tell me that he ain't a fast starter, then you're going to jump right up on him. You're going to jump right up on him. And that's what it is. You got to jump right up on him. You got to jump right up on him. So, don't play with him. Don't play with him. But tremendous fighter, tremendous, Avanesyan. Other than the knockout, if he didn't get knocked out like that, I think his stock would have rose. But, Crawford showed he can just take the pressure. He can dish the pressure. He can move his feet. He's a tremendous athlete, bro. So, tremendous boxer. Let's not disrespect him like he's a tremendous boxer. And kind of in my head, I thought the end game was going to be him taking on Adrian Broner. I don't know why I think that. He said Spence only gets doctor stoppages. The difference is Crawford know how to set his opponents up. That's it. He know how to finish. And not every fighter know how to finish. Mean that Crawford a better fighter because he a better finisher than Floyd Mayweather. It don't mean that. Some fighters just got, different attributes. It depends on, who how they do things. That's just what it is. When Thomas Hearns cut Marvin Hagler open, something came out of Hagler to make him step the motor up. Different situations bring out different fighters. That's kind of what you want to see. Leonard was behind versus Hearns. He showed that he a dog versus Hearns in the ring. Like I said, my favorite Sugar Ray Leonard fight is the fight in which he lost to Roberto Duran. He fought that motherfucker, dog. And to me, it was closer than they gave him credit for. A lot of people want Roberto Duran because he fought Roberto Duran fight. To me, he was beating Roberto Duran in his own fight a bit. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say this, but there are silver linings and losses. What's the first letter of loss and the first letter of lessons? Both L's. Big wins don't come without big losses. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Big wins don't come without big losses and big lessons. That's what life is. It's lessons. It's lessons. A loss, a failed relationship, a loss, it don't go without some type of nutrition. Trust me. It ain't lettuce. You know, lettuce has zero nutrition. You know, you eat collard greens, you soak all the nutrition out the greens. All the nutrition is in the is in the water. Collard greens greens don't have any nutrition. The water do, because you cook them for so long. So you got to think about it. It only turns into lettuce and greens when you don't look at it as a lesson. It's hard when you're going through. You lose people. You have break up relationships. You and your homeboy or homegirl fall out. Baby mama drama and all that shit, man. But it's the lessons to be learned and to be applied again. Once you learn, lessons just become experience. Like I tell you, when you start kicking it or dating with somebody, or you got a homeboy, y'all cool with, and your homeboy crossed you, did some whole shit before, right? Guess what? Next time you're gonna see the play. Next time you with a chick and you gonna see the signs and shit. You dated this chick, whatever, or your girl, you dated that guy for a minute, and you notice the signs, whatever the signs was there. Next time you see them same signs, you pick up something similar and shit like that. Now what, I ain't fucking with old girl no more. I ain't fucking with old boy no more. This nigga shiesty or whatever. That's how it be. But if you don't pick up on it, sometimes it might be a year or two down the line. Like, damn, yeah, man. I love that. I let that slide. You gotta everything is a lesson, bro. Losses are good, bro. Trust me. Losses are necessary. Why do you think they got these big ass blood sacrifices in Hollywood to get where they gotta go? Gotta go to. And a lot of people will sacrifice their motherfucking firstborn to get that shit. I ain't saying that's what I would do. But that's life. It's wins and losses. And the losses only become bigger than the wins if you don't learn from the losses, bro. T.O. got knocked down and check hooked all night, was missing swinging in the air. T.O. is a bum. Yeah, I'm about to get there. T.O.'s a B-level fighter with C-level talent. This could have been a trap game for Crawford. It could have. He can punch. Monty Outreach can punch. They was rating Josh Kelly over Josh Taylor, and you can't remember that. Expert Genius, y'all see how they did the man Martin. They gave the fight to T.O. Yeah, I'm gonna get there right now. So, I kind of was watching both of them. But I seen enough of the Lopez fight to know what was going on. Right? And let me say this about Teofimo Lopez tonight. He was a lot leaner tonight than he was versus Pedro Campa. He was a lot more explosive tonight than he was versus Pedro Campa. So he looked a lot. He was physically a lot more explosive. That last fight against Pedro Campa, he was against Pedro Campa. He was a little bit heavy. You know what I'm saying? You could tell tonight they leaned out a lot more. He was more explosive. His first step was more explosive. His hand speed was more explosive. His footwork was more explosive, and that might have been because of the opponent. Campa liked to come forward, so they probably thought we got a tough rugged guy like to come forward. We got to match his brute strength. Tonight we got a guy that move, use his feet, stay on his toes, gonna turn you. We want to be lighter tonight, so that's maybe something. But I think they kind of made the adjustment to 140 pounds the proper way. And, they did a great promo for him. It was a lot of, revisionist history about his Heisman night and, putting the jerseys on and all that. And wasn't nobody in the arena feeling the decision. Honestly, wasn't nobody in the arena feeling the decision. Or was I tripping after the decision, bro? 97-92. I think if he would have won by 1 point, I don't think it would have been as atrocious. Or people would have been, all right, he won by a point. We could live with it. Tank Davis said that's how top rate make you look like you fired. You can't be touched until they can't no more. They all trash. My thing is this, dude. Tank Davis, bro. Tank Davis should be the last person. Any PBC nigga should be the last person. I just say this real quick before we get into this fight. I want to get this out the way. Should no PBC fighter be talking about, oh man, they make us, should no PBC fighter be talking about how another promotional company make you look? Y'all niggas always getting y'all ass whooped when fire come to motherfucking touch the pan. PBC fighters known for stepping up, getting their ass whooped. What about Gary Russell had 20-something fights and Lomachenko had a loss in 2 or 3 fights and beat his ass? Come on, let's talk about Jose Venezuela, Christopher Colbert. I mean, y'all known for getting y'all motherfucking head beat in. Let's not talk about Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Let's just not continue on to talk about PBC fighters. Every time y'all step up and go travel over to Marvel or go head up with Mortal Kombat Street Fighter, y'all get y'all motherfucking head cracked. Let's just be real. Y'all get y'all head cracked. So PBC fighters shouldn't be talking about who pumping who up. Y'all are the most inflated fighters of all time. Y'all are. And if they all was trash, you know, you would have requested that Mayweather had you fight them. And you didn't. Out of everybody you fight Hector Luis Garcia. If they was all trash, you would fought Shakur. You would have been fought Lomachenko. You would have been fought Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have went for Barrios. You would have went for Josh Taylor. You wouldn't have let Devin Haney get Camboso. You would have went to fight Camboso. Floyd could have took his watch and made that fight in America. Or you could have traveled. So for somebody who don't take chances, for a company who don't take chances, for a company who fighters always get beat when they go against somebody half thorough, they shouldn't even be having shit to say. Honestly. His day coming. Trust me, his day coming. If he was that good, they would have been put him on a fast track to run through Lomachenko. He would have been, the Devin Haney wouldn't even have the belts. Let's just keep it real. If he was really as good as they say he was, Mayweather wouldn't tell that nigga, take my sparring gear off, nigga, and put it on and show him how it's done. So if he was really that fucking good, he'd already be on top of the game. Like Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali was. He'd have already been there like a young Mike Tyson. He not. That's how I look at it. If you really was that good, you would be there. But nonetheless, let's carry on. About Teofimo Lopez. And like I said, tonight, he leaned out tonight. He said, why Bud ain't call out Errol Spence? For what? For what? What you calling out Errol Spence for? Why am I, what up, Cartier KY? Why am I calling out Errol Spence for? For what? Everybody know that fucking fight ain't happening. Tell me why you ain't calling out Errol Spence for what? Fuck, I'm calling out Errol Spence ass for, man. Come on, man. If they wanted to fight, we would have been fighting. Y'all be killing me. I might call worry about him. I made $10 million fucking dollars, man. Nah, I wasn't nobody. They making names off me in Texas and all that shit. And Errol Spence selling shirts with Crawford initials on. Man, get the fuck up out of here. These niggas, man, PBC fighters don't want to fight nobody. They don't want to mix it up with nobody. They all bums. How about that? You see what happened to Deontay Wilder ass. You see what happened. Got his ass. Nigga, this 400-pound white boy got off the motherfucking couch and beat his ass. Tell me I'm lying. 400-pound white boy got off the couch, you know, dusted his nose off. Got off the couch. And wanna my Robin Harris voice. I ain't trying to hear that crap, dude. Might worry about Errol Spence, man. That nigga better hire a driver. Niggas, man, this nigga's a clout chaser, bro. When me go say, man, get your clout up. Rest in power to take off. Come on, man. But like I said, everybody got something to say. If Gervonta knew T.O. wasn't that good, you get your hot yellow ass up in the ring with Teofimo Lopez. How about that? In my motherfucking yin yang voice. Get your ass up in the ring with him. Everybody got an opinion after the food after everybody ate the buffet. Everybody got an opinion on the food code. What Brother Nas say? Rest in peace to Brother Nasir Richardson. Come on, I want to be first at the buffet to get the food hot. I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. And shout out to my young bull from Philadelphia, Salim Bay. He won his 6th national title today out there in Colorado. So shout out to all the Philadelphia, all the kids that won national titles, all the kids that competed out there. I believe that was in Colorado. You know, he coming, bro. I think he started high school this year. He coming, you know. Do some interviews over him, his father, do some interviews over there in YSN Media. Shout out to them. But he coming 6 national titles, man. So shout out to all the kids that had their white belts today. The girls, the men, everybody that won, and so that's big, bro. But hopefully they're able to get the amateur system back on track for us to have Olympic boxing next Olympics or when these young kids come around. But nonetheless, like I said today, he was more explosive. He was leaned out. And even when he cut the ring off, Sandor Martin was just too slick. Martin was kind of leaning one way, and I thought he was kind of going to kind of vary. I thought the hook was kind of going to vary, and he just couldn't find a mark to the hook. And T.O. kind of got dropped because he jumps in. It's like this jump. He jumps in off his feet, and Martin caught him. He did it twice. And one time the ref laid in the fight called the rabbit punch, but it wasn't. He hit him on the side of the head too. So, Martin was fighting the powers that be, the referee in there, but he was schooling Teofimo Lopez. One thing about it, I think he had that backhand cocked a little bit too much. I like to see him kind of let it loose a lot more. But he gave him a boxing lesson, and I told y'all T.O. gonna have some issues up there. You know what I'm saying? You jump off your feet, you do some of the things he do fundamentally wrong. He didn't know how to get to Sandor Martin, didn't know how to use the jab, hit him up under the heart. Remember, them old fighters just like Mamad and them niggas just go up under your heart, slow you down, go to the body. He didn't know how to do what David Averizian do, and that was cut the ring off, kind of, close the gap, get up under, Sandor Martin, the taller guy, get up under his chest, work his size and all that. He didn't know how to do that. What he did was follow him around the ring, then stay on the jab. You know what I'm saying? It was going to be a hard time for him to counter him too because he was so rangy. So anytime he stepped in, Martin would take a step back and slide to the side door. He stepped in and tried to explode with a punch. Martin check hooked him or turned him off the mark. One thing I like to see Martin had done was turn him and jump right back on him, a little bit more crisp. But I like to see Martin kind of bait him with the jab a little bit. He jump in with an uppercut. Jump in, with a body shot. It was come. I think Martin could have kind of mixed it up a little bit more, but this is what he did just in this picture. He loves jumping off his feet. Right in this picture, he loved jumping off the feet. He jumps off his feet right here. That's a problem. Why are you jumping in the fucking boxing ring like that? And the referee saved him from a second knockdown. But the man jumping off his feet. You're doing a lot of things fundamentally wrong. And not fundamentally wrong where you could live with. He didn't know how to cut the ring off versus this guy. And this is why they didn't pick him to begin with. This is why they did not pick him to begin with, because they knew style-wise was going to be an issue. And they got to have to work on, cutting the ring off, getting on the inside and breaking down, bigger, taller, bigger fighters, bro. And, it's some things that we've done, but he's an exceptional athlete until from Lopez. He said that first TO knockdown was BS on the second. No, that was a knockdown. They both was knockdown. Punches landed. They both were knockdowns. It was not BS. Punch was landed. On both knockdowns, those were punches landed. That's because he jumps like this off his feet. They were knockdowns. Like it or not, they were knockdowns. I don't make the rules. That wasn't no BS. They were both clean knockdowns. You cannot continue to jump off your feet and don't think opponents who watch film not going to make you pay. And that's what happened here. You can't jump off your feet like that, bro. Those were knockdowns. That first knockdown was clean. T.O. jumped and caught off balance. Yes, he got the second knockdown was a punch too. It was not a push. It was a punch. Those were two legitimate knockdowns. He said, Venmo, you online on the Discord. Those are two legitimate knockdowns. Boxing over. Feeling say, dog, T.O. mentally done. He made excuses, questioned himself at the end of the fight, asking his team, y'all think I still got it? Bradley was going crazy when he heard that. He said that because, I was watching both. He said that. I mean, I tell you this, dude. The power of a woman is very powerful, bro. You think about all the great downfalls, and if you want to get biblical, You want to get just general African folks tales, or Greek folk tales, whatever you want to believe in. Powerful woman is very powerful, bro. And that's why I tell y'all, the mood of the house move on a woman. Always remember that. Your mood don't matter, bro. Trust and believe. I hear women say, well, you put a man in a woman position, he'll fall. I got a neighbor. He take care. I don't know how many kids over. There's a bunch of them. I lost count. He lost one in a car accident some years ago. He do it every day, bro. Every day he do it, bro. Every day I watch this man. I stayed up here almost 10 years. Every day I watch this man take care of his kids. You know what I'm saying? And now he about to pass and stuff, so it's kind of hard, man. I had a neighbor next door to me pass. I don't want to talk about it. Then he crossed the street from me, passed. Kind of on their side of the block, we close and shit. When people say, I watch this man do it every day, bro. So to say something, say some shit like that, he watch the kids, they play outside, go inside, take care of his dogs and shit. It's crazy. So, but the mood of a household, if you ain't prepared for no shit like that, bro, and like I said, before you get to making babies and all that stuff, you gotta live with somebody, bro. Until you live with somebody, you'll really know if you want to be with them. Trust me. You really know if they keep their finances up, can they manage money? Can you trust them? Can you depend on them? I'm not telling you go buy no house with them or nothing like that. You never move in with no woman, trust and believe, unless you absolutely got to. But they hold mood control the house. Not the kids, not the dogs, not a roommate, not a teenager. When a woman ain't happy, the house ain't happy. When a woman frustrated, the house ain't happy. Nigga, you only time the mood affecting the house when you about to die. That's it. Or you in the hospital or some shit like that. So your mood don't fucking matter. Kids don't give a fuck how you feel. Because 9 times out of 10, if you doing what you supposed to do, you grinding, making sure y'all got money, making sure you got food and shit, you doing what you supposed to do. Niggas don't really care how tired you is, how effed up you is, none of that shit. That's why niggas go to the bar and don't want to go to the crib. That's why niggas go fuck other hoes. That's why I'm an advocate of it. Shit, go have your fun now, bro. Because nobody, when you did, you did. They put so much stress on the dude. You gotta have a release. And I'm supposed to fuck one chick for the rest of my life. It just sounds crazy to me. And unless you're ready for that, at some point you gotta be ready for it. Then the first knockdown was legit, dude. We not gonna argue that. It was legit. My boy Corey Lee. I go subscribe to my boy Corey Lee's boxing. Yeah, but I think Roy, he not. Yeah, I mean, it's what it is. TL defense super suspect. In general, let's not get started on this offense where he winds up when he jumps off his fucking feet, bro. And then he didn't know how to cut the ring off. He didn't know how to get him inside and cut. He didn't know how to do none of that. Said what to do, Corey Lee. Shout out to Angel Santos. I seen you in here too earlier. He said T.O. need to cope with this shit before he come back because the sport's too dangerous for him not to have his head on. That shit hard, bro. When you got a kid involved, it's hard, man. A lot of these dudes don't want to go talk to nobody. That shit hard. Now some people would be like Corey Holcomb, like fuck them, fuck that kid, move on. But for you to get to that point, you know how many bad experiences somebody like Corey Holcomb had to have with women? You know what I'm saying? And everybody not like that, bro. But you know how many bad experiences you had to have with women to get with Corey Holcomb at? How many bad experiences you had? Somebody had to hurt Corey Holcomb a couple times. So for Teofimo Lopez, it's something that he got to live with. And his family warned him about her. And one thing you're going to listen to, you ain't going to listen to your mama, go listen to your sister, bro. Sisters know. Your sisters know. If you blessed enough to have sisters, they know she a sack chaser, what she in it for. He was too young to get tied down anyway. So you talking about, man, do I still got it and all that type of stuff? Of course she living in his head rent-free. A lot of these women throwing hexes too, bro, nowadays. Witchcraft is real. I just listen to a woman talk about it. Fotex in the super chat tomorrow, news, bud, Rip Glove, Gate 2.0. Man, when I seen that, dog, I was thinking the same shit when I seen it. They was hoping Avanesyan won, too. They was praying Avanesyan won, bro. They was praying for it. They was praying for it. Shit, my BM moved to BR to Atlanta after the flood last August. I worked overnight full time, with school full time, raised her full time, and didn't flinch. It's very possible it works. Yeah, if you want something to work, it's gonna work. T.O. needs to stay away from subliminal teach regions and reach progress. He said, I just saw the clip of T.O.'s post-fight interview. I know what the record says, but mentally he looks like he knows he really lost the fight. Of course he do. Hey man, like I tell you, Sergio Mara had one of the best quotes I heard in boxing history, right? And it's a factual quote, right? He says, I'm not scared of you if I can hit you. He said, I'm only scared of you if I can't hit you. It's one of the best quotes that nobody ever talk about. And it's so true. You ask somebody mercy when you can't hit them. Think about that for a minute. You ask somebody mercy when you can't hit them. Think about that. If I can't hit you, man, that's debilitating, bro. That's debilitating. If I can't put my hands on you, come on. That's debilitating. So, of course, when you get in the ring with somebody like that and they make you miss, they real slick and he ain't going to see that style again at 140. Who else like that at 140? Who else really like that at 140? Now he talking about he want to go fuck with Bud and all that type of shit. Okay. That's a different ball game. For sure. That's a different ball game. But to each his own. But yeah, when you can't hit nobody, of course he gonna feel the way he felt. But he ain't gonna see nobody like that for a minute. But you gotta get in the ring and start sparring those type of guys. That's it. That's it. Yeah, dog. He said that, bro. They did the post fight when Dre and Bradley was talking. Bradley went crazy. Pacquiao fighting. Yeah, I don't know what time they come on. Probably already went on. Come on. Man, I start blocking these people, bro. Hope y'all start blocking them. I do it. T.O. versus Rory. Rolly supposed to be fighting the WBA champion. T.O. tripped over his feet the first knockdown. Man, he got dropped. He got dropped. He got dropped. Did a punch land and he failed? It's a punch. It's a knockdown. Straight up and down. If Josh Taylor can still perform making 140, he destroyed T.O. Yeah, that's it. T.O. got bootleg American style. Crazy. You said he won. Who? No, you probably talking to somebody else. It doesn't take hurt to realize how women operate. It's common sense. It ain't always common sense, y'all. Y'all niggas throw that word common sense around, but a lot of people don't have common sense. It's not. If that was common sense, dude, he wouldn't have made the mistake. You gotta live to know that, bro. Straight up and down, you gotta live. I can tell you, I can warn you all day. You know what I'm saying? But until you feel the feel that hurt, then that's the only way you're gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So you can say, oh, it's common sense. Everybody throw common sense out there, but a lot of people tend not to have conventional common sense. Real talk. A lot of people say, well, after they go through, a few baby mamas, man, I wish I would have been celibate and just focused on me. Yeah, I bet you do. That child support deduction coming out, I bet you do. How he stalled when it was PBC trying to make the fight for 2020, man, dude, I'm not even here to discuss it. Corey Holcomb, yeah, man, shit, nigga, man, that's the type of hurt you got to get over with, man. Hey, shit, sometimes you just need a big old fifth of fuck it. Everybody move on and mourn in all different type of ways, bro. It's hard, bro. A lot of times when dudes move on from relationship, it's just, it ain't always good to hop into another relationship. Now, if that's what you like to do, and that's how you, be able to get over a woman, cool. It's different strokes for different folks. But a lot of dudes going to grind mode, stacking their money, saving the money they could have had, and healing themselves and working on themselves. You know, sometimes that's what you conventionally should do. Work on yourself, whatever that may be. If that's getting in shape, if that's doing some things you wanted to do that you get into a chance to do. And some dudes move on by smashing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's how dudes just move on. But whatever it is, sometimes you just need time to work on yourself. Work on your discipline. But I feel like once you manage not to think with your private area, I think you'll be hard as a dude. Once you manage to get multiple incomes, get financially set, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. But that alone time, man, it's the best time, bro. What Kevin Gates said, I have my greatest epiphanies when I'm by myself. Yeah, but it's a dangerous period too, dude. Because if you don't use that time constructively, it's a period which suicide can come through a lot of dudes' mind. Trust me, I've been there. It's a very pivotal point. Just as it can go the right way, it can totally go the wrong way. There's really no neutral way. It's no sitting on that fence. But rebuild yourself. You got to admit that I made mistakes and I got to be better in this, that, and the third. Now you know what to look for in a woman. Now you know what not to look for. But a long time of self meditation. I mean, you sitting there with some incense or a blunt, and you sitting there, on a kneeling down or sitting on a damn blanket, or whatever, and with your feet crossed. No, you could be just laying there thinking. That's life. But I hope he get through. He got a pops and all that in the family that care about him, but I hope he get through. But that just lets you know how powerful a woman is, bro. Teofimo Lopez mother did not attend the wedding. There you go. And some people can say, well, that's for selfish reasons and all that. Like I said, they ain't like her. Who you want to see Gary Anton Russell fight next? I don't know. Shit, hold on. I don't know, man. Shit. Anybody inside the top 10? How about that? Lipinet's coming back down. Maybe get up and get a couple wins. I hope not, bro. Bud versus Manny next. I don't know about that. We ain't got no wrench. Since when? Hold on. I got you. Hold on. There you go. I don't care. I'm not here to talk about Spitz. All in all, the BLK production was pretty good. Now, Vic, ESPN production was the one that's shitty. They microphones was going out tonight. They sound kept going out on my TV all night. That's kind of why I kind of like turned it down a little bit. So they was having some production issues tonight. I don't know what that was about, but they was having some production issues tonight. Pacquiao had ain't nobody talk about how good the Pacquiao fight was. He fought already Martinez, higher punch output. He kept making the rounds close. He was just the superior fighter. Yep. Like I said, Jordan had that right hand cocked too much. He should let that bitch fly. Someone needs to find the fountain of youth for P. I don't know who P is. Pacquiao. He said T.O. needs a new coach. T.O.'s junior ain't getting better. I mean, yeah, the daddy ain't gonna step down. He egomaniac. He'll bring people in to help him, like El Capitano and all them. He ain't gonna get out the way for the better good of his father, better good of his son. Real talk. Round 1 star for Pacquiao. Okay. It's on Fight TV. I think you probably got paid for it. It's supposed to be for charity. Support the channel, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. When did Bud do the same thing with Aaron? I don't even know what they're talking about. Venmo, CJ, support the channel, Venmo, CJ Good 313. Bud not slowing down. Spence fight not happening. It's not. Lion versus FanDuel. Stacked or no? What you mean stacked? Same game parlay? Or you want to? I don't know. I don't really bet with the Lions. I do a same game parlay. That's about it. I don't bet with him or against him. False. Aaron wanted Bud to take a pay cut for the Brook fight. Bud told him no. Y'all arguing with this dude for what? Jared Anderson's the real deal. All right, Eric Hayes. Look at all these other so-called top guys struggling with force. He just smashed me. He caught some. He took some to get some though. Woke that ass up for a minute, Joy Force. Oh, you better be careful, man. Moving straight back and coming in reckless for the kill. You know, it's an art to finishing. It's just not jumping in throwing, but he was willing to take some. But in heavyweight division, one swipe across the nose can be it. So, yeah, you know, he got a big engine and all that, but, you know, they got to kind of calm him down a little bit. When Spence do that shell up stuff, Crawford is going to get ugly. Shit. I know it's before the fight. Before this T.O. would trash how Haney fights. I don't think T.O. can deal with slick fighters or dudes with good fork in general. That's why he's running. Of course. That's exactly what he running mean. That's exactly what that means. Come on. That's exactly what that shit mean, bro. You know it. You know it. You know it. There's aerosexuals in here, emotional. Like I said, well, I don't even know they here. Anybody talking about it. I get Black Prime pay-per-view 8 out of 10. Yeah, their production was dope. ESPN only used their top production gear for like college football, the NBA finals. Yeah, I heard they're making cutbacks too, Disney. You only hear running when the dudes can't cut the ring off and don't know how to fight dudes with general footwork. Nope. Oh, DFS? Yeah, I did one. I want to do a Viking stack, but I'm like, bruh, I can't because I hate them tomorrow. But yeah, I did a couple lines stack, 1 p.m. I did a regular one. I got one more lineup to do. I usually play the million, the $1 million lineup. I just did a whole bunch of lineups this weekend. I got one more. One more. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't think Bud can fight at a high pace like Spence. Why not? He did it versus Amir Khan. Why not? Why not? Sean Porter's a guy. He, you usually don't have to fight at a high pace where you control the pace. You don't fight at them type of high paces. Only guys you beat on. How many people you see set a real high pace on a consistent basis on top level guys? Like Usyk is an anomaly. It's an anomaly. When you fight lower level guys, you can get away with it. And Anderson moves straight back, and that's the only issue. Bud the Bump Slayer, but you hear talking about him though. Go talk about Spence getting into a car accident again. I got Crawford stopping Spence. Honestly, I don't got him doing nothing because I don't see it happening. So I don't really care. T.O. was gifted a gift. Sandor, honestly, yeah, he was King Third Eye Supreme. I thought, look to the naked eye of Sandor and Martin won. Spence is on the wrong side of the street. He needs to cross the street to Black Prime. Laugh out loud. Shout out to the sister Carisha. He said, well, Bud fight is mandatory. Boots ain't this fucking mandatory. How about that? He Earl mandatory. Earl got 120 days to fight him. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, but honestly, with Teofimo Lopez, dude, hopefully he get the help he looking for, bro. If he said that shit in the corner, that he don't know if he still got it, bro. Old girl would have messed his head all the way up. All the way up. And shit, yeah, I've been there before, dog. But you got to move on. But it's hard when you got a kid involved. But I've been there before. I can tell y'all stories, bro. Niggas be like, man, you can't be emotional and all that shit. Easier said than done. Trust me. All the niggas that say you can't be emotional, they be the main ones getting emotional. Trust me. Only way you can control your emotions is just going through the situations. It's just experience. Trust me. That's life's greatest teacher is experience. Because once somebody learn and know you, they know how to push your buttons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, don't know when a woman in it for the money, or a lot of niggas don't care. Honestly, a lot of dudes don't care. I don't understand how you not know somebody love you for you. That shit hella easy. But once again, everybody don't got common sense. That's how I look at it. If your relationship is all you giving, all you doing, all you taking the first step and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? She holding out and all that type of stuff. What you expect? That shit crazy to me, but hope you get the help you looking for, bro. Real talk. Because that's a dangerous situation that can turn a lot uglier than the regular person know. And hopefully get back on this game. But yeah, man, them females can spin your head in the blender, nigga. Trust me. They can put you all in the blender and chop you up. But that's why you see a lot of dudes turn into beasts, nigga. They call them womanizers and shit like that, and dogging out women and shit. That's how that shit happened. That's exactly how that shit happened. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me. You damn somebody in the UFC got a nigga on the chokehold and no, he ain't having a chokehold. But that's what it is. He said, man, Bud controlling the pace, Flame. He don't necessarily start slow. If you attack, he attack. You move around the ring, Bud will get you eventually. Right now, T.O. to Kanye at boxing. I don't know what happened with Kanye. Kanye been crazy. His mama been gone. T.O. figure it out, man. Trust me. It's hard, but you ain't got no choice but to figure it out. I mean, all of us that's lived long enough, man, we had to figure that shit out before. Real talk. If they ain't trying to do for you, come on. Simple as that. If she ain't going out the way for you, don't go out the way for her. If T.O. acts and stuff like that after the fight with guys like Martin, what the F he supposed to do with Regis? Yeah, he might walk away, bro. He might. You don't like he do nothing bad with his money at all, you know. So like they say, they money might walk away. T.O. should listen to his parents, obviously, but then again, it's kind of like with girls, bro. Like you don't really see this with guys, but with girls, this is what I noticed too. Once you want a girl to be with a certain guy, your daughter to be with a certain guy, she instantly becomes rebellious to that. She could be with a guy. You be like, well, we like Todd. You know what I'm saying? We like DeAndre, whatever. He cool. You want to come around? Then she instantly just don't like the nigga no more. You know what I'm saying? Well, we want you to be with Tim. You know what I'm saying? Or Bob. You know, we really like Tim or Bob. We think y'all hit it off. You know, she instantly ain't gonna like Tim or Bob. She gonna be rebellious because that's who y'all want her to be with. That's just how girls are. Trust me. You like daughter, dude, you know, your daughter don't like dating, just co-sign the nigga and see what happens. 9 times out of 10, she ain't gonna like him no more. They girls are rebellious like that. For guys, I think it's a little bit different. You know, you can bring a girl around, none of the family members like her and shit, but that's how I go. You know, once you in a relationship and, you know, she get to tell your business, you get to tell her business to your family, and her family, then the families don't like them. That's why I say you gotta keep everything within your household. Trust me. Once you get to telling shit outside the household, you open up demons to come in to divide the household. You know what I'm saying? You open up demons to divide your relationship. You know, once you start pushing your relationship on social media, what you doing? You're inviting other people to come in a relationship and split it up. Now, if that's what you in that Jaden Will shit, that poly shit, so be it. I ain't knocking it. You know, but if you ain't ready to settle down with nobody, you gotta tell them. Like, dog, we just kicking it, bro. I had plenty of women tell me off rip, like, I'm not looking to get pregnant right now. You know, I'm in school, whoop-de-whoop. And that could be running game. They could be running, trust me, they could be running game. Same women say that, let you go on the bitch raw. They could be running game, trust me. You gotta take that for a grain of salt. Then she get pregnant, then she trying to keep it, then she trying to, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so you got that type of stuff. But if you mess with chicks that's accomplished and they got their own shit, 9 times out of 10, they probably telling the truth. So that's the level you kind of got to be on. Trust me. Dang, what's going on? That's the level you want to be on. Now, if you got a chick that ain't got nothing, ain't working for nothing, all she do is want to take, sack chaser, cool. You got to keep where you keep her at. You know she over there. You got to jump off. You know she a jump off. You know your man's passed you a chick. You know you got passes back to pass to your other mans. That's all. That's how it is. Did that shit before I had a chick pass to my mans. You don't wipe that shit. Pass it. Straight up and down. That's how life is. So I don't know what type of chick he was messing with. They was kind of describing her how she was. Like, it's not surprising. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we talking about. Yeah, T.O. It's not surprising, man. We all been through that shit for the most part without the child. But most of us been through that position. It's life. But knowing how, you know, not knowing how a chick for you or not for you, that shit crazy to me. Maybe that's not so common. Your birthday come around, she don't do shit for your birthday. Come on. That's sign number one. Like I said, you can do the faith test. A lot of times you don't even get to the faith test, bro. I'll take you out. Cool. I might even let it get that far. I might just go ahead and just don't worry about it. Just tip, I'll pay. But yeah, if a girl really like you, she go offer to take you out too sometime. Trust me. T.O. versus Regis, the takedown. Let's make it happen. I hope you get the help you're looking for, bro. He really said that, which I believe. I hope you get the help you're looking for. That's more important. We in the here XP. Spence better make sure he gets the DUI check before he go back on the road towards Crawford before he become man, bro. That I don't believe that's happening. If Booth was the mandatory, he would file a petition for WBA, but he's not. Pacquiao ready for blood and Spence. Man, Pacquiao, he lost his presidential race. He ain't got shit else better to do. I want to see if they are really champions. I was just looking like, bruh. If y'all ain't got no other questions, if I do, I kind of hang around for a second. But yeah, man, T.O. looked bad tonight. But I didn't expect him to look too good versus Martin. They had Martin winning. That makes some other type of excuse. When you continue to, when your coach, your daddy making excuses, guess what? The leader making excuses, it's going to be excuses. Instead of let's get better. That's what it is. If you can't be real with yourself, now it's one thing to be in the camera making excuses, but y'all get backstage, y'all get, you know, at the hotel, I'll get to dinner, you know, something got to change, son. Something got to change. We got to change something. What you think it should be? This is what I think it should be. But yeah, you can't keep it real with yourself, bro. I mean, you lie to yourself, man. You can't, come on. And sometimes I'm laying there, I gotta be real. I'm like, man, I know I gotta do this shit. I know I want to do this shit, but I can't procrastinate. I gotta do it. I gotta do it, bro. Gotta get it done. So it be like that sometimes. Charlo fighting Blair Cobb at 60, man. Come on now. What's next for Big Baby Anderson, in your opinion? Probably somebody in the top 15. Pacquiao looking for a payday and a trip to the hospital. I don't care if it's Terence Crawford. You played the beta for the boxing game yet? I'm not interested, honestly. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in boxing game. I play Call of Duty. No. He said, I got the access to Undisputed Shoot. I got to check it out. Pacquiao couldn't stop DK. Woo you. Woo. He ain't stop him. Lions get ready for that L tomorrow. You probably right. Probably going to be an L. I ain't tripping. Y'all going to lose in the first round of playoffs anyway. Yeah, I'm going to lose in the first round of playoffs anyway. But that's all I got for tonight, man. Appreciate y'all. Should be on the podcast in the morning. Peace.